Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's live commentary coverage of NASCAR 07 as we have a Craftsman Truck Series doubleheader for you guys here on this Sunday night. Of course, with the Truck Series racing at Milwaukee earlier today and us not having a video game stream since Wednesday, I figured, hey, let's get one in here today on a Truck Series standalone event. So we had the Truck Series live commentary stream at the actual Milwaukee Mile earlier. We've got two races for you here today. Now, it's not two full races, of course, it's two 50% races. So these are very short. Should pretty much be one pit stop races in both of them. Hopefully you enjoy. We have Atlanta, Martinsville on the stream. Still searching for a first win of the season with Ted Musgrave. We will be starting at the back of the pack for both of these races here today. But as we get things kicked off, can we get the win with Ted Musgrave in race one of our doubleheader? First at Atlanta, green flag is in the air. We're underway. Bo Phillips has won the first two Truck Series races on this season. So it'll be interesting to see what comes of this race here today. Again, 65 laps in race one. 65 laps at Atlanta. I mean, this race is literally only going to be like a half hour. It's not long. We got to get going here early. Starting at the back, not going to help. Field very much bunched together, packed together off the initial start here. And Musgrave definitely didn't fire out of the restart zone very quickly. The 187 truck led the first lap. Bobby Hamilton just took the lead lap 2, turns 1 and 2. Coming off a 4th place finish at California Speedway. In a caution-free 50% race for Musgrave. I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of contemplating if this truck is actually quick enough to win a championship with. The way we've set things out of the early going. 4 wide nearly off turn 2 there. A little contact with Eric Crocker. Close call getting into the corner. 4 wide again. Middle of 3 and 4. Musgrave knows he's got to go quick though, and he's up to 27th already after just 3 completed laps. Bobby Hamilton, I mean, I would assume he's got a fast truck. We're going to get a non-fantasy driver to win one of these races at some point in time. And he's out leading early. We don't have a lot of time to get there, so we got to get a move on quickly here. Tom Bodine qualified mid-pack. You still see him not that much further up ahead. He's had a rough start to the season. I don't think he's scored a top 10 finish yet through the first handful of races. Musgrave to the outside into turns 3 and 4 here. Like to get back down to the bottom and does. Nobody got underneath him. Pretty good run center off there. We're making passes cleanly. Truck definitely has some speed. .187 back out in front again. Bill Lester slides way up the racetrack. 3 wide, exit at turn 4. Musgrave to 14th place. Interval-wise, not that far off the lead. And by Legacy. Moves still being made by Musgrave in the 9. Oh boy, big block by Bo Phillips in the 191 truck. Middle of the back straightaway. Musgrave was underneath him. Made a little contact with that block. Phillips loses a couple positions. He won the first 2 races of the season, so I mean, him not running top 10 right now is definitely abnormal. Winning at Daytona and California Speedway in those first 2 races. Ryan Berwick and Billy Kramer, thanks for tuning in, by the way, into the stream. Musgrave looking for a pathway underneath the 119. Full contact getting into turns 1 and 2. A rub and run to get on by for 9th. Again, Musgrave not trying to waste much time here. Hans Good to the lead. Nobody's really breaking away once they get out in front of the field here. Ted Musgrave with a run. Ethan Jewett, thanks for tuning in. Made a pass on the outside, a cut to the inside into 3 and 4. Musgrave to 7th. There we go. Oh, Hamilton actually lost a few spots. Second pass Musgrave's made on the outside lane of the racetrack. I think this 9 truck's definitely got some speed. Might have a race-winning truck for the first time this season. A move to the inside of Hamilton. Into turns 3 and 4. Another move inside the 178. This is for 4th. Ted Musgrave is moving on up through this field. Lap 14. Just 52 laps to go. Bubble drivers need to think that Austin Dillon will be in the playoffs. I don't think so. I mean, it's not going to change their agenda. And out there trying to secure the most points they can, lock themselves into the playoffs, regardless if Dillon gets locked in with an appeal or not. But I doubt he's going to end up winning that anyway. There's a big block. Musgrave took a long time to get back down to the bottom of the racetrack. Almost allowed for Bobby Hamilton to get right back underneath again. This truck's got a lot of grip. I feel like I can run pretty much wherever. It's got that little bit of unstableness to the sense that that's where I feel like there's genuine speed out of the car, if that makes any sense. There's a pass for 3rd. Mostly fantasy drivers up at the front of the field right now. Really low exit to turn 2. Couldn't stay there. Bobby Hamilton Sr. trying to get back into 4th behind us. Hans Good, the race leader. And Musgrave to the bottom of the racetrack. Going for 2nd. Got it into turn 1. I mean, the stress level's going to be there regardless of, you know, Austin Dillon being there or not. I'm just going to get these field passes out of the way here while we're still in the early going of the race. I don't want to do them before we get to the one and only pit stop in this one. So as we switch to Todd Bodine in 25th initially here. Oh, that is very tight getting into turns 3 and 4. Pass made for 22nd. Bodine to the inside of David Reagan as well. Musgrave still up in contention here. Second place. Off turn 2. Not even halfway through the fuel run yet, which is interesting. I mean, there should be a pit stop in this race. Take that second and final field pass so we get back to the start-finish line, this time by again as well. Really low exit to turn 2. Not too aggressive there. How many laps in Martinsville? I don't know if it's the 250 lap race that's being cut in half or if it's the 200, because there's 2 races there. So it's either going to be 100 or 125 laps at Martinsville. Lap 23 already here at Atlanta. These 2 laps should be able to get Bodine into the top 20. It's actually further up than this. It's kind of been slowly moving backwards as this race moves on. I think Germain Racing's got the equipment in the truck series that I'm thinking they do. Oh, big block gone wrong there. Oh, and more contact and up into the wall. Todd Bodine. David Reagan, Eric Darnell collected. Ay, ay, ay. That was a hard hit. Probably should have gotten out of the gas when I eased my way back into traffic, knowing I was going to come back across the track with a full head of steam like that. See if anybody's going to pit here. No, nobody's pitting. Bodine's going to have to pit, but can't pit for fuel or tires because of causing the incident. He's got 4.8 seconds of damage. Caution is out, though. Our first of the race. So it must be outside the fuel window then to make it to the end. We gotta be getting close, you would think. $186.66 off skins and golf this year. There you go. It's a positive season. I'm 28. Green flag back in the air. Not a good restart for Todd Bodine here. He's going to be lagging behind the rest of the field. We'll switch back to Ted Musgrave to get to the start-finish line. Not a good night for Todd Bodine. Yeah, the 119 truck moved down, chopped me off going into the corner for sure. I mean, I was definitely there. He knocked me down below the apron, which pretty much started that wreck. Definitely wasn't Bodine's fault whatsoever. Musgrave stuck on the outside right now. Hamilton to second. That was our last field pass of the race, by the way. Hamilton going a bit wide. Center of turns 3 and 4. Musgrave trying to get the run on the front stretch off that high side. Clear, moves down to the inside of Hamilton for second. That's tight. Very tight squeeze. Trying not to get on the apron and spin there like Todd Bodine had his issue with after contact. A little more room into turns 3 and 4, and Musgrave should be able to complete the pass. This battle for second has been very intense from the restart here, that it is allowed for the 180 truck of Hans Good to slowly pull away. Still 35 laps to go. Almost to the halfway mark in race 1 of our doubleheader tonight. Rondo Slice, thanks for tuning in. Long time no see. Yeah, I definitely like the realisticness of the damage. These older EA games. I wonder if we're going to get a debris caution at all. I mean, nobody pitted there because, again, we were outside the window. These teams probably want to get into the second half of the race first. I would like to think we're inside the window now. I don't think we were that far outside of it. Thanks for tuning in, Wade. Oh, geez, I overdrove that corner. I don't think Hamilton was close enough to try to make a run at us. Hans Good's got a good truck. I think since he's got to the lead, nobody's passed him. This thing's starting to build free. I'm having a hard time trying to keep it at the bottom of the racetrack without clipping the apron. Decent enough run off turn 4 that, again, Musgrave and the 9 truck going to hold on to second. Just can't get the truck to stay on the bottom. The rear tires are falling out of it. Still trying to gain a little bit of time. Can this be the race Ted Musgrave finally wins? I say finally, it's only the 3rd race of the season, but I feel like this Truck Series title is going to be the hardest one to win. A little loose into turn 1 for Hans Good. Musgrave's gotten underneath the 180 twice, but hasn't been able to make the pass on him yet. Looking, nothing there. And we've got some of the leaders pitting right now. Again to the inside. Musgrave does not lead that lap at the line. Hans Good did. And into turn 1, barely clears Hans Good. Can't quite, oh boy, clipped the apron quite a bit that time. That's going to scrub some speed off on the 9 truck. I think Bobby Hamilton actually pit that last time. So Hamilton short pits, while the 180 and the 9 truck continue to stay out on the racetrack. 28 laps left. Musgrave just trying to lead a lap so desperately. Clips the apron again, gets very loose. Might as well pit now. He lost a lot of time in 3 and 4, doesn't want to lose any more time. He'll make the late decision to pit. No adjustments, 4 tires and fuel for the 9 of Musgrave. And somebody was just blowing an engine on the way to... Oh, it's Bobby Hamilton. Bobby Hamilton blew a motor. So one of the favorites for the win here has blown an engine. He was running in 3rd. He was running in 3rd place and then ended up blowing a motor then. So that's why he dropped off. I thought he came to pit road, but apparently that wasn't the case. Goldfish the Row Racer, thanks for tuning in. I think we lost some time on pit road there. The race Ron Hornaday out of the pits. Oh man, that was tight. Got by him though. Stayed in front of Hornaday. How much time was lost to Hans Good? Well, Hans Good's still on the track. We might gain time on him. So we did beat him into the pits. But I did lose quite a bit of time getting loose on corner entry right before I pitted. Getting up to speed here. Waiting for everything to cycle through. Todd Bodine leads. 5 bonus points for the 30 truck. Musgrave's boxed in here. He's got side-by-side traffic right in front of him. The truck that he's just to the inside of now off turn 4, still trying to get up to speed after leaving pit road, so Musgrave's going to clear him pretty easily. And that held up the truck that was on the outside of him. 3 wide up here. It is a gaggle of trucks. And they are tight off the exit of turn 2. If this is the race for the lead, my goodness. I don't know if they pitted or not. A little contact there. Slight battle for 11th. Todd Bodine still leading laps. Lap 42. Todd Bodine has not pitted. It's 3 wide middle. All these trucks trying to get back on the lead lap around him. Problem is, I think the race leader, or the eventual race leader, is getting away. I think Hans Good is that one truck way ahead of this pack of trucks out behind him. Musgrave trying to fight through traffic as quickly as he can. 3 wide into 1. And up to 4th. So Bill Lester's in 3rd right in front of us. And 2nd place is probably Hans Good. Thought I was doing this tomorrow night. No, I'm pretty sure I had it on the schedule for today. Yeah, it says August 25th. There we go. Barely clear, just past the start-finish line on Bill Lester. Little arrow loose getting into the corner, but that's all right. Hanging on to it. Is their truck fast enough to catch Hans Good? That's the next question. Currently sitting in 3rd, and that's only because Todd Bodine is not pitted yet. He's the last truck that has to hit pit road. He's just out here trying to catch a caution. Which if he does, he's going to trap a lot of trucks to lap down. And then it'll be on fresh tires. What do I think about the truck race today? Kind of, I mean, it was really a nothing race in the sense, like, there was nothing going on. Cool to see Lane Riggs get his first career win, I will say that. It was weird, though, too, because off the rip, it was like, all right, Majeski and Eckes. And then stage 2, it seemed like Majeski's team kind of fell behind on the racetrack a little bit. They didn't stay on top of it as much when they went to making adjustments. Other teams were able to make adjustments more than them, to kind of catch them. But they were still sitting in 2nd behind Eckes the rest of the night. And then all of a sudden, stage 3, Lane Riggs takes the lead, and he pretty much holds on to about a second to a second and a half lead the entire final stage, no cautions, and wins the race. Pretty straightforward in the sense there. And then once Eckes fell into 3rd, he just never got back to 2nd. Put a charge on Majeski initially after Riggs took the lead. And then when he couldn't get by the 98, I don't know if he burned his tires off too soon in the run or what it was. But yeah, I mean, just these top 3 trucks are so fast, but they couldn't pass one another. But they couldn't really get close enough to get into a passing distance with one another outside of the first 5 or 6 laps of that restart in stage 3. And that was it. Man, I don't know if we have enough laps to catch Hans Good. He is out there right now. Still 17 laps to go. It's tough to tell how far behind this 9 is. It's because our intervals to Todd Bodine back there, who still hasn't pit, by the way. Wondering when Todd Bodine is going to have to hit pit road in this race. Tigers have had a lot of guys making their debuts lately. Definitely taking a large part of this run to try to run down Good in the 180. You wouldn't think Bodine's going to be able to make it on fuel to the finish. He hasn't pitted for fuel, and that one caution, I doubt it was enough for him to be able to save to make it without pitting. I will say I definitely could have went a lot longer before I pitted, but I didn't want to lose too much time by staying out as long as I could have. Musgrave obviously still has not led a lap yet either. Solid set of corners there through 3 and 4. That was a big time corner. A lot of ground gain there. And here comes Bodine into the pits with 13 laps to go. Todd Bodine's on to pit road, and Musgrave has caught Hans Good. He hasn't passed him yet. Can he find a way around him? Good running so low down the straightaways. Fastest lap of the day that last time. And side by side for the lead still. Through turns 1 and 2. Still side by side. What a battle. Finally, 5 bonus points for leading a lap for Ted Musgrave. Can he get his first win of the season? Hans Good's going to make it difficult. He's not going to go anywhere. 10 laps left at Atlanta. Musgrave's just got to hit his marks. Last time we saw, Bo Phillips was outside the top 10 in the middle going to this race. After winning the first 2. There's a chance with this win, Musgrave can really close the gap on him in the early season. Gapped him a little bit off turn 4 that time. Good. Was kind of running that middle to upper groove the last couple corners. Now he's back down to the bottom again. Thanks for tuning in, Dark Crypto. I can't leave that much of the bottom open. Big mistake there by Musgrave. And Hans Good's there. Oh, caution is out right as the leaders cross the stripe, dead even. Our second caution of the race. Somebody went for a spin. Right in turns 3 and 4. It was the 103 truck. He got loose, slammed the inside wall. I think he might have clipped the apron. It looks like Hans Good was the leader when the caution flag came out. Barely. I don't know how many laps we have left, but it's not going to be many. And this 9 truck doesn't fire off well in the restarts. 4 laps to go. He's going to have to hold on for second for dear life here. That was not a caution needed for Hans Good in the late going of the race. He's had an awful time trying to get from 3rd to 4th gear. Look at Good try to drive away. And Musgrave's in danger of losing second. With contact with the truck around him, Bo Phillips all over the rear bumper. He's back in the top 5. Musgrave clear for second off turn 4. 3 laps, and I mean, Hans Good's a second ahead. That caution is exactly what Hans Good needed. And the problem is Musgrave wasn't in the lead, so he couldn't really protect. I don't know if we got enough time to get to him. 2 to go. About 3/10 quicker than Good that last lap. I didn't make any adjustments. I almost wonder if Hans Good went the wrong way with an adjustment because we were not quick enough to pass him on that first run. We're not going to have a lot of time to try to make this pass for the win. Musgrave is pushing hard. That caution is not what he needed with 7 laps to go. And here we are on the final lap now. Musgrave and Good. And here comes Musgrave. Hard charge through 1 and 2. He's got to run. Back straightaway. He's going to force Good to go to the high side here. Try to beat him down to the bottom. Middle of the corner. A little bit of contact. Here we go. Leaned on him a little bit too much, and loose goes Musgrave off turn 4. The door got slammed shut, and Hans Good wins at Atlanta. Dang it, man. Really didn't need that caution. Had a chance. He slammed the door shut on me, so then I tried to run him up the track, and then I just got loose when I did that. Oh, man. And Bo Phillips gets another top 3 to start the season. He didn't lead any laps in this one. We really didn't need that caution. That caution killed us. I knew I'm just not good on the restarts here. The car just takes forever to wind up. Or the truck in this matter. 35 laps led for Hans Good. Ted Musgrave led for 5. Finishes second. Bo Phillips third. H. Jackson fourth. Ron Hornaday fifth. Bill Lester sixth. T-Bell seventh. M. Davis eighth. D. Johnson ninth. Zach Van Dyke rounds out the top 10. Our teammate Todd Bodine led for 15 laps. Finished 28th. And 2 DNFs. Spencer Claiborne and Bobby Hamilton Sr. I almost wonder if Claiborne was the guy who wrecked out. That caution came out with 7 laps left. It's possible. Well, we're still winless. Finished second. Man, if that caution didn't come out, we would have had a much better chance of winning that race. I just did not fire off on the restarts well the whole time. Kroger 125 at Martinsville will be the next one. So we're headed to Martinsville. Try to do it all over again. Finally got a Victory Lane interview. Should do it more. Yeah, we did get one. Wonder what the reasoning for was. It was maybe they had a lack of camera crew there, being a standalone event. I don't know. You're used to seeing it for so long, and then it goes away. It's kind of weird seeing it back again. I wish they didn't cut the commercial so we could have saw like the actual celebration on the front stretch live as it happened. That part I didn't like about it, but you know, I don't mind the interview from Victory Lane. All right. I don't even know what to do setup wise here. I imagine the truck's going to be quick. I would hope so. Should be a one-stop race again. Martinsville, aka Hot Dog Land. Yeah, we're in Hot Dog Land tonight. We're a 125 lap sprint race. Oh my gosh, that was a log jam getting into the first turn there. Oh my gosh. I'm going so slow through there. Too slow. I like to try to get settled in here. It's going to be tough to do that from the back of the pack. Oh, they check up so much right now. And to lock the brakes up just to keep from making contact with anybody that time. Really try not to damage the truck trying to drive through the field. I know it's a shorter race, but still 125 laps. Got to get this thing to make it the whole way. What is that? The NASCAR 21 ignition line. I was there. He just crammed it in on me to go underneath Bodine like I wasn't there. Big bounce off the curb there. The problem is that this is Martinsville, so we're not really going to be breaking free from traffic. It's going to be a slow and steady climb. Oh. We might make some rivals in this one. That curb just launches me every time I hit it. Just sends the car straight up the track. Kyle should have wrecked for the free cheddars meal. That's very funny, actually. Do it for cheddars. This truck's a little loose. I will say this truck is definitely loose. I'm going to have to tighten it up when we make that one pit stop in this race. This truck's definitely going to be beaten, battered, and bruised at the end. Made a lot of contact in the first 13 laps. And Tony Stewart's All-American race. I forgot that game existed. Not even like it was out for very long either, relatively speaking. .134 truck's really pulling away. I'm over a half a track off the lead. Starting as deep in the field as we started. Hans Good won at Atlanta, the 180 truck. Fantasy driver. We have not seen an actual driver win a race this season. First three races, fantasy drivers Bo Phillips and Hans Good have won the first three. There we go. Got it to stick around the bottom without hitting the curb that time. Be able to do it more often and just run more laps. No practice hopping into this thing. Starting at the back, kind of guessing on a setup. There's a wild way to go about this race at Martinsville, but what we were doing underneath our short confines of a race. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that curb sent me. Feels like it's more violent in the truck series for some reason. I remember the curb just launching me that far up the racetrack every single time. We just ran Martinsville on the Mark Martin Revenge Tour season just a few weeks ago, so it's not like it's been that long since I ran a race here. All up to 14th and 23 laps from the tail end of the field. Problem is, though, we're still 9.9 seconds off the lead at the line that last time by. Good news is, though, we still have about 100 laps to go. And the race leader is just now getting into lap traffic. So that should slow him down quite a bit. But he did put a big gap between himself and second place. There is also that. Oh man, one of those fantasy trucks just up ahead of me had a big bounce off the curb too. Contact. Musgrave is there though. And makes the pass. Man, 18.967 that last lap. Fastest of the day for Musgrave. The early going. Oh! You gotta be kidding me. Still stuck. How did I do? I hit the curb and then I got loose. I smashed it into the barrels. Oh my goodness. Well, right to the back we go again. Gosh darn it. We hit that barrier hard. 4.6 seconds of damage. Ouch. Oh, man. Syracuse, the Mets won again. On my phone. Between races. But, not at the time of the wreck. I hit the curb and it kind of... I just got loose after I hit the curb. Up against the wall I went. And there was only one truck that was a lap down. And they ended up getting the free pass to get back on the lead lap. Couple of log jams here. It's just one giant single file line now. Eating on that back bumper of Craig Kinzer a little bit there. Just drive a little loose still. Man, we're 36 laps in this race and we're right back to 30th again. I think that 134 truck's led every lap from the pole so far too. I haven't noticed a lap he hasn't led yet, to be completely honest. The single file restart kind of puts us further back on track than what the initial double file start did too. Oh my gosh. Alright, well, halfway out of gas. Again, a pretty straightforward one-stop race. Most of these truck races are going to be one-stops. Very few of them are going to be two-stoppers all season. No stages in play. Yeah, I heard Casey Mize is supposed to be in Toledo. I think he started there like a week or two ago also. Oh. Well, yeah, the one you're talking about was yesterday. There was another time, though, like a week ago or so, that he pitched down there. Musgrave in 45 laps in the 21st place position here. Ah. I'm there, buddy. I'm there. He just leans on me the rest of the way through the corner. The truck's already loose. Still got that tickle in my nose. That doesn't feel great either. Oh, man. Think we're good. Think we're okay. By the way, I didn't update the point standings clearly from one race to the next. Just kind of hopped into this tonight. So I'll make sure we take a look at the point standings after this race. I wish there was a way for me to know in advance whether they're going to pinch me down or not, because when they pinch me down, that's why I'm trying to run on top of the curb to keep from making contact with them. But then he kind of let me with a lot of room, and I was still wrapping it around the curb anyway. When I was hitting the curb, it was costing me a chance to actually complete the pass. It took me an extra lap and a half to clear him. I mean, we're almost halfway through this race, and we are still 11 seconds off the lead. I was really hoping we were going to get a win in one of these two races tonight. Get his seasonal allergies. They haven't been that bad for me this week. I swear, sometimes I'll feel perfectly fine all day today, and then as I go to stream, I'm like, oh, you know, now I decide to have like a runny nose or something. I don't know why it does that. I don't know if it's like the upright position I sit in or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Oh my gosh. I was trying to fight. I had this gigantic rear wheel spin off turn 4. My rear wheels were sliding all the way down the straightaway, it felt like, and I overcorrected right into that guy. Is my room dusty? I don't think so. It could be my room, I don't know. I sleep in it every night. I'm fine when I'm sleeping. I wake up in the mornings, I'll be alright too sometimes. Sometimes I'm not, I don't know, it just depends on the day. It's been pretty dusty though, because we haven't had a lot of rain recently and it's getting hot outside. Contact again. We're going to have to make that pit stop pretty soon here. We're almost halfway. Definitely going to have to try to run this out as long as we can in case we get a caution. What? I do not have fresher tires than these guys. What is my crew chief telling me about? We have not pitted yet, sir. I have fresher tires than everybody in front of me. We're all on the same tires we started the race with. I'm clearly sliding around a ton. gotten into the wall a couple times now, getting off of a corner because rear wheels are sliding out from underneath me. I just don't have grip. Our truck's fast enough to get good, consistent finishes. It's just I don't have race-winning speed. And then at Atlanta, where I had a chance to win, we got a caution with like 7 to go. That really bit us in the rear. Well, we got trucks pitting. 134 truck staying out. I'm not even going to contemplate pitting until I absolutely have to. We're right around the halfway mark. We've got trucks pitting. Again, it's just a one-stop race here today. Big dive getting into turns 3 and 4 there. Go to your local fair every year then? Cool thing to do. Timothy Peters out in front now. I don't know who the 134 truck is exactly. I want to say it's Clausen, but I'm not entirely sure. Could be wrong on that. Didn't get to lead a lap yet in this race. We're currently second. Side by side coming out of the pits back there. The race leader just pitted going into the corner that time. Ted Musgrave clears David Reagan. Reagan actually popped the wall off turn 4, so here we go. Musgrave to the lead. Here at the Martinsville Speedway. He's going to continue to stay out just in case we get a caution. Trying to help flip the field here. There will be a 4-tire stop when this 9 truck has to come to pit road. In. Slow truck out on the racetrack. Somebody coming out of the pits. I should have pitted right there. We got a ton of traffic in front of us. Yeah, I'm just going to pit this time. I'm not going anywhere with this traffic. So in comes the 9. Topping off of fuel. Going to put a round of wedge into it. Going to drop the air pressure 2 pounds all the way around. So adjustments are going to be made on this 9 of Ted Musgrave. Tigers lose Tuesday. Well, that seems kind of over dramatic, but just a random regular season game, but all right. Well, the game time, I think, from when the pit stop started, I think we were around 12th. Now we're in 11th, and we were about 10 seconds off the lead. Now it's about 8.4. Jesus. I was clearly there. Guy knocked me below the curb. Now he hit the curb. Got better drive off. Sending it. Sending him too. 8 tires turn better than 4. Well, having the Angels and the White Sox on the schedule like that, good time. Try to win some baseball games. Well, I was supposed to do this stream on Thursday last week, and I couldn't. I didn't get home until super late, so this was the next one I had to do. So that is why I'm here doing this now. Talk about tomorrow. Yeah, there'll be a 100% race tomorrow. Not sure where yet. I don't know what series I'm going to do. I don't have the schedule put out. More than likely, it's going to be Bristol Food City 500. And it's taken an awfully long time to get to where we're at right now, but doing good.
Let's go now.
18.883 that last lap, fastest of the day.
Outside. Clear all clear.
Musgrave under Bull Phillips.
You got just the pace we're looking for. Keep it up, bud. The 191 car.
A little contact in the way of passing Phillips there.
The 151 car is outside. Hold on, he's still there. Clear on both sides.
Still got to get through our field passes, so we'll do our first one on Todd Bodine. Bodine a lap down in 33rd right now. He's definitely having a rough go at it today. Wow, 33rd.
Number 180. Outside. Clear all around. Going outside. Hanging up.
I want to talk about a bad season. Todd Bodine, 2006 on this NASCAR 7 games, having himself a bad season.
Number 123. There you go. All clear. 10-4, we're on it. The 191 car. Just looking for some room to get by you. Watch the outside.
Oof,
Just bumped into her. Car's okay.
we're good.
That's what I'm talking about. Good job. Okay,
Up to 7th. Need to attend more. 18 games left at Comerica. Yeah, I don't know if I'll get back to a game or not this year.
watch it. Car by. Good hand, we've got something going. You got both sides. You're all clear.
I know my grandpa said he's been wanting to get back up to another one again.
What's up hot?
Wow, I don't know how there wasn't contact between Timothy Peters, Ted Musgrave there. The curve didn't really bounce me up the track much, and
Steady, bud.
whatever up the track I did go,
All clear, bud.
Peters was giving Musgrave just enough room, and Musgrave's up to 6th. Problem is the race leader's got some clean air. Clearly not the case for Ted Musgrave right now.
Number 190.
Bump to the back of the 119 truck. Musgrave underneath him.
Nice job driving to the front. You're running strong. Keep that
Musgrave into the top 5.
pace. Going up high.
And now up to 4th.
Both sides clear. Roger, yellow.
Caution is out. Trouble right in front of Musgrave there. It turns 1 and 2. Our first, make that second. Sorry, second caution of the race. Oh, the race leader's around. Oh my goodness, the 134 truck who is dominating this race today has spun. Who would have saw that coming? The race leader has spun out at Martinsville. Dang. We're clearly staying out of the pits here. And he just pitted. I think he's... No, he's still out there. Never mind. Yeah, he's still out there. I didn't see him at first. Green flag back in the air. Here we go. Just 29 laps left. Oh, Darnell off the curb. Threw his truck up into Ted Musgrave. Who can get to the bottom the quickest? Musgrave's going to get there. And underneath his teammate. Bumper tag to the back of Darnell. Looking to the inside. 3 wide.
You've got the number 3 spot. Just a couple more. All clear. Car on. Clear, clear. All clear. Lap 100. Keep going. Okay, buddy. Let's do it. Come on. You're looking
Bodine picks up a spot on Craig Kinzer. Oh,
nice.
I almost turned that 107 right back down into me.
Coming on. Finish the lap 100.
Wow, 18.783. If only Bodine could run this fast while he's
Clear, whatever you need.
driving by himself.
Car on.
It's hard to tell exactly how many trucks are lapped down. I'm surprised we don't have more trucks lapped down than what we already do, to be completely honest. All right, here we go. Less than 25 laps left. Battle for the lead is on. Musgrave on actual race pace is finally with the 134 truck. Caution by the 134 spinning nonetheless. Has given Musgrave a chance because he was about 6 seconds off the lead in 4th place when the caution flag came out. With around 30 to go. Oh my gosh, he just keeps chopping the 9 truck off. It's 2 times now. Musgrave's had his nose underneath the 134, and 134 makes a late block that he's not clear on. Now Musgrave overdrove the corner, getting into turns 1 and 2. $20 to go.
There's 20 laps left.
A great corner there by Musgrave. And he's going to have a shot underneath the 134 truck this time. Into 3 and 4 and clear.
We can keep this pace.
Ted Musgrave to the lead at Martinsville with 19 to go.
One's up high.
A late caution brings him into this race at Martinsville when a late caution at Atlanta costed him a chance at the win. Rules have been reversed from one race to the next.
Outside. You got one outside.
34 truck still kind of hanging there on that
Whatever you need, you're clear.
outer lane. Stay green to the end here. They should catch lap traffic. Should. 16 to go. Trying to keep a low exit off of the corners. Really wanting no chance for this 134 truck to get underneath the 9. And the 134 actually got the wall off turn 2 that time. Musgrave gaps him, and Ted Musgrave now has about a half a second lead. Which obviously isn't much at Martinsville especially. Slow truck on the backstretch getting to pit road into turn 3 this time. It's the 192 truck. That truck was inside the top 10. Now his day comes to an early end. And Musgrave is driving the wheels off this thing right now. Clausen goes wide again through 1 and 2. He didn't get up into the wall that time, but a lot better middle off there for the 9. Another truck blowing up on the inside of the track. Top couple gonna get by, top 3 at least. Unless the field might get held up. That truck down on the bottom of the track, no apron for him to get off of in 3 and 4. So 2 drivers have now blown an engine in the final 15 to 20 laps of the race. 10 laps left.
Number 134 is looking to make a move on you.
Oh, jeez. I think we both drove it into the wall. Milwaukee finish line get paved? I have no clue. Could have just been painted if it was just the finish line. .134's having his problems. Whenever he gets remotely close to Ted Musgrave, he ends up overdriving the race truck and loses time. 6 to go. I thought we were going to catch these lap trucks before the finish at the end. I don't know if we're going to now. Five laps left at the line. Is Ted Musgrave going to finally, after a couple of close ones, win his first race of the season? Thank you, Caution, for making it way more possible here tonight. Second yellow specifically. The one with around 30 to go. Musgrave just ran his fastest lap of the day. 18.758. He's saving his best for last. Doesn't want Clausen to have a chance to get to our bumper and pull an Austin Dillon on me. We don't want that. He's not a rival, so I wouldn't think he'd try to do that, but I guess Austin Dillon and Joey Logano aren't rivals, and he still did it, so you never know. There are people online saying it was something out of a video game, so here we are in a video game. Musgrave's still running some really solid corners here. Oh wow, 3 wide right in front of the leaders. They all kind of got sandwiched together and the outside truck hit the wall. Final lap, now into the final corner. And Musgrave's not going to end up catching these guys up in front of him. I locked the brakes up that time getting into the corner. I just wanted to push it as hard as I can. I want no chance for him to get underneath us. Ted Musgrave, a winner at Martinsville. Let's go. Crazy thing is, too, it was the 134 truck that dominated the race that ended up spinning on his own, bringing out that last caution, which gave us a chance to win. Otherwise, I don't think anybody was catching him this entire race. He was obliterating the field before that. Reed Clausen, yeah, I thought it was Clausen in the 134. So he finishes second. Tyson Golson third. Hans Good fourth. Shane Vincent fifth. Carl Amelman finishes sixth. Zach Van Dyke seventh. Timothy Peters eighth. Wilson Eubanks ninth. And Ron Hornaday ended up 10th. We led 28 laps, 93 for Clausen in this one. Wow. Out of 125. Let's see. 25 trucks finished on the lead lap. Our teammate Todd Bodine finished a lap down in 27th. And we had two DNFs. Marvin Sheth and Spencer Claiborne both blew an engine in the final 15 laps. Those were the only two DNFs. Margin of victory, 0.4 of a second, 45 minutes, 34 seconds total time on the race. Average race speed, 86.54 miles per hour. 14 lead changes, 2 cautions. So Musgrave finally gets his first win. And we will take a look at the old point standings before we head into our next race of the season, which I'm not sure exactly what night that will be yet, but Old Spice Speedway going to be the next race. So we'll head to the Old Spice Speedway, our first road course race of the Truck Series season. Alrighty. And Bo Phillips is still the points leader, 72 points ahead of Ted Musgrave. Zach Van Dyke in third. Bobby Hamilton fifth is actually the next highest running outside of Musgrave of the actual drivers from this season. This might be the season of the fantasy drivers. Let me tell you, Todd Bodine's 20th in points. He's already 312 back, and we've only had 4 races. He is, he's been awful, to say the least, this season. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Appreciate everybody that has watched the streams here today with the Truck Series race stream earlier, live commentary into this NASCAR 07 stream primetime edition. We'll be back tomorrow night, probably 6 p.m. Eastern start time if I had to guess. We might end up actually doing the truck race because it's going to be a longer road course, with it being a full 133 laps. So I'll keep you posted in the community tab as to which race we end up doing next for NASCAR 07. But thanks for watching as always. Thanks for watching all the streams this weekend. Wild one, Daytona the last couple of days. Xfinity Truck Series or Xfinity Cup Series action as well. Had a lot of fun watching those races, bringing you the action, the commentary as usual on the channel. So have a good rest of your Sunday night. See you back and better than ever again tomorrow.